Hey y'all, we are back, and of course, we have another grant. I have been on vacation. I just got back from my birthday trip. I was in the Dominican and it was amazing. And I am now back to reality and work. This grant is so freaking easy. And when I say it is for everybody, you do not have to have an LLC. You do not have to have any type of business. The only thing that they want to make sure is that you are passionate about what it is that you're doing. And then this passion will not only help yourself, but the passion will also help others. Again, this could be you're in idea phase and you're thinking, $1,500 will be able to help me continue on this path and take it from idea to implementation. If you get anything of value, as always, from the beginning, middle, end, like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bells so you can know when I'm actually going live. And in that way, you can get some of your questions answered as I'm on the YouTube. First and foremost, I'm going to share the Discord. Now, the Discord is connected to the Patreon, and how that works is you sign up for the Patreon, and then from there, you will be able to then connect your Discord and then get access to the different grants that are on there. I put grants on there. I just throw the links in there. So, on YouTube, we do the walkthrough, the Discord, you don't. As I've always said, it's a subscription. You can cancel at any time. There's no loop where you get stuck and you're trying to cancel and you can't figure it out. It's literally one click. It's an investment in your business and it's a deduction write-off. I'm not a tax person, whichever terminology we should be using. But essentially, if you're paying $20 a month, all of the earlier lower rates are definitely gone. But for $20 a month, if you get one of these $1,000 grants or $1,500 grants or $100,000 grants, it kind of pays for itself. And I definitely put a lot of grants in there. Now, please, please, please be mindful, because I like to manage expectations, is that there's going to be a mixture of grants, because I do state specific, I do international, I do general, I do nonprofits, for-profits, all of that. So it's definitely, if there's 20 grants posted, maybe 3 to 4 might be applicable to you, maybe 5 if you have a for-profit and a nonprofit. But then I also do accelerators. So with the accelerators, what that does is that gives you access to mentors, coaches, different things like that, that doesn't have a monetary value. But then there's also documents in there if you're applying for some grants that might require a business plan, a pitch deck. There's things about Airbnb. There's things about drop shipping, just different ways to create passive income as well. Now that I said all that, I'm going to briefly share the screen. So then you will be able to see that quickly. So in here, like I said, with the Discord, I do appreciate the fact that I am able to categorize the items, because if I only sit them in the Patreon, you're just going to have to filter through a lot. And this Patreon/Discord has been going since March. So therefore, there's going to be a ton of grants. Like here is just all of the different for-profit grants that have been posted inside of here. We have different nonprofit grants that have been posted as well. As I said, I definitely do state specific. So I break them down by city, state, depending on where you're located at or what the grant is looking for. It might be different counties. So of course, state specific is going to have a little bit more in it, because I'm breaking it down by state. Anytime I finish a YouTube video, I throw it here just in case individuals do not get the notification that there is a new grant. So that's something that's in here as well. And then, like I said, we have international grants, and this grant is a global opportunity that we are going to be talking about. And I know that is a rarity. The only requirement is that you are able to receive the funds electronically. That's it. So if you can get it wired to your bank account, etc., you're eligible to apply if you meet some of the other requirements that we're going to talk about. And then, like I said, there's documents in here that you might need in order to apply for some grants. This grant that we're going to talk about does not require any of these documents. And then accelerators and incubators, like I said, this is just mentorships, cohorts, things like that. That's not necessarily going to have a monetary value attached. So I'm going to put that in the chat. And it also will be in the description once this live ends, if anybody is interested in signing up for that. And then I'll put my website as well, because I do offer consultations. And there's also a free entrepreneur checklist that is on my website. So if nothing else, you can go there and download the checklist. Okay, so now that that's there, let's talk about the grant. This grant, 21 years of older. The deadline is November the 30th of this year. The time is 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So the timing is a little bit different, y'all. It's not 11:59. It's not, I think sometimes it's 7:59. This one is 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So definitely make sure you apply a little bit earlier if you can. And then when you're talking about your story and what you're passionate about, it can be anything. It could be you want to write a book. It could be you want to, I don't know, start a yoga class. I always talk about yoga because I like yoga. It could be anything that is a passion of yours that will then benefit not only you, but someone else or other. So just always think about that. They said specifically, we are not looking for individuals that are looking for money. I don't know what that means. But then the second part is, or to fund a business. They're looking for individuals that have a passion, and unfortunately, they don't have the necessary funds to fund that passion, or it's something that they're currently working on, but they are not looking for someone that's pretty much strapped for cash and are only applying for this because they want money, and they're not applying for this because they have a passion that is attached to the reason that they are applying for this money. How this is going to work, you have to sign up for their email list, and the email list is for Passion Collective. However, they're working in partnership with another company, but Passion Collective is your first step. So once you sign up for their email, you become an email subscriber. And that is something that you have to do. I know normally we'll have the conversation about, well, if you're not interested, sign up, see what they give you. You can unsubscribe. This, you have to be subscribed to their email list in order to be eligible. And they are going to check. And you have to be subscribed prior to applying. And I know sometimes it might take a day or two in order for your subscriber list to populate. I know when people sign up on my website, it's not instantaneously. It might take a day for them to show up. So I would definitely say do that email a couple of days before and then do your application. After that, they call it a short list, which is the Passion Collective will shortlist individuals. And then from there, the voting will only be by individuals that are email subscribers for the Passion Collective. So this isn't going to be your typical public vote where they post it on Instagram or they do any of those things where you get the vote. So literally, I guess you can talk to your friends, family, and say, hey, I need you to subscribe if you want to vote for me. It's a way for them to get subscribers and for you to get votes as well. You have to be comfortable with sharing your story. I think this was in our last grant as well, is that one of the questions is, are you okay with them posting your story publicly? In this one, you can say no, but then in a parenthetical, they say, we'll review your application, but you are not eligible. So are they really going to review your application if you're not eligible and you said that you do not want to be posted publicly? They say they will. Who knows? Now, this one is kind of conflict because the terms say that you will get 3 one-hour mentoring sessions, and it can be in person or it can be virtual. However, once we pull up the application, it says 6. So I don't know, but it says up to 6. But then the Q&A and all of that says specifically that there's only 3. So I would just say 3 to 6 one-hour mentoring sessions. And with that, with your coach, and they put this in there, they said that the coach is only essentially liable, let's use that word, for coaching you based off of the content that you provide. So what they're trying to say as far as covering themselves is that, let's say you all have a conversation with the coach inadvertently misguides you. It's not going to be the coach's fault if you did not give that coach all of the necessary information to make an informed decision or to give you informed advice. So they're definitely covering everything. You also have to make sure that, as always, you're not stealing other people's information when you're applying for these grants. So that's another one. And then you're going to get a free year of Passion Collective on demand. So what I've found is that Passion Collective, it's similar, it's kind of like a resource hub for businesses, or a resource, and it's not just businesses. So let me take that back. It's a resource hub, but they do talk about businesses, but it's also more kind of like your everyday person that either wants to have like motivational talks, if they want to try to figure out what it is they want to do in life. So it's more of like lifestyle coaching / they do give business advice and have business workshops that are listed on that website as well. One of the things, now you have to identify as a woman, okay? Identify, not necessarily born a woman, you identify as a woman. What I want to say here is, if you do not qualify based off of that requirement, there are currently 3 other grants on my channel right now that the deadline is still open. There's a $1,000 grant, and I kid you not, that one takes like 2 minutes to apply for. There is a $2,000 grant, and then there is a $15,000 grant. And all 3 of those links will be in the description when the live is finished. So there are currently 3 other grants that you are likely eligible for, and I highly recommend that you apply for, because one of them, all you have to do is tell them why they should support your idea or vision. It's similar to this one, but everybody is eligible for that one. And then, like I said, the deadline for this grant is November 30th at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And also, a lot of the details is inside of this video, but then I will get comments and I'm like, y'all not watching the whole video, or you're fast forwarding, which that's fine if that's what you want to do. However, I do put all of the information. And if you watch me type, because I'm about to type to get to the grant, that takes you to the grant as well. Because I do get a lot of comments asking like, where's the grant and how do I get there? And we're going to walk through how to get there. And I always walk through how to get there on the channel. If you watch, maybe don't watch the last 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know. But a lot of the meat of it is here. And I see that sometimes people do not watch that. So let me share my screen, and then we are going to go into the grant. Hi, True Wisdom. Yes, I do offer consultations, and my website is in the chat. I think maybe if you come in later, it doesn't show, but I'll post it one more time in the chat before I go into the grant, and you can go to the website and look at that. All right. So this grant is, as I said, it's a Passion Collective, but it's also partnering with Atomic Grants. And the application is super, super easy. And here's, like I was saying, you do not have to have a business. You do not have to have an LLC. It says you're yearning to write a book. You want to grow a professional skill that will help you earn a promotion. So this could be somebody that you have a 9-to-5 and you're like, I need a project management course, or I need a leadership course, or I need a management course, and that will help me get my promotion. So this is literally something that you are ultimately passionate about that will help not only you, but others. Again, you cannot be someone that's just saying, I'm hard on times and I need $1,500. You will not be eligible. All right. So then you just apply here. We've already went through all of these questions or, FAQs. So that's there. All right. So once you go to apply, so here it says 1 recipient each quarter, $1,500, 3 1-hour sessions, right? So that's there. But then in the FAQ, it says up to 6. So who knows? Like I said, 3 to 6. So what you're going to give them, your email address, first name, last name, address, normal stuff, the country you live in. As I've said earlier, this is a global grant opportunity. And also there is a small business grant playlist on the channel. So I highly recommend checking out the small business grant playlist. And with that playlist, as I always say to everyone, is that even if the deadline has passed, Some of the answers you can use for other grants. And then also a lot of these grants are quarterly, like this grant is quarterly, and some of them are annual. So you can start your own little list of grants, and you can write if it's annual, if it's quarterly, so you know when to get ready to reapply as well. So it's definitely resources out there and you can start setting that up. But here you see it's several different countries that you can be in order to apply for this grant. And then your phone number, website, if you have that, and you can put NA if you don't, because there are asterisks, so they are looking for some type of answer, even if you don't have what they're asking you for. Your social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, what is that, Snapchat, if you have any of those things. And now here are the questions. So tell us more about your passion. So they want high level, what is your passion? So for myself, I could say, my passion is helping individuals break generational curses and getting people to generational wealth, right? For all, which is always my vision, mission, etc. Generational wealth for all. So that's the overarching what I'm trying to do. And then here's several questions. Why you're passionate about it, what sparked this passion, what has been your journey with it, who have you helped, and then where do you see your passion taking you? Now for me, why are you passionate about it? It's my story. It's reflective of me in that I am currently the generational curse breaker of my family. And what sparked this passion is how I grew up. I grew up in a poor area. I grew up in what is considered a food desert. And I knew for myself that whenever I chose to have children, wherever my life took me, that I did not want that to be my experience for the rest of my life, because I was able, through mentorships, I was able to see the other side. I was able to see people that had a little bit more and see what that was like and experience that. And I thought to myself, that's something that I want. I don't want to be not able to afford, food or clothing or shoes or just basic necessities that I felt that I should have access to. What has been your journey with it? And now your journey is going to be different. So my passion, I would say my journey has always been continuous, because for me, I've always given back, whether it be speaking at inner city high schools to individuals that grew up in my community so that they can see someone that looks like them. They can say, okay, she was born and raised, grew up in Walnut Park, and she's a lawyer. I believe it because this person is actually living it, versus the only thing I see in the hood, you got your dope boys, you got your gangbangers, you got all of that, but you don't really see successful professionals that stay within the community, because unfortunately we do leave, but I can always go back and provide resource, i.e. myself and my knowledge. And I've always done just panels at different colleges, where most colleges will have some type of minority programming that is happening. I've went back to my law school and had conversations with students there. So it's always been a passion of mine to give back in some capacity. This just so happens to be the new journey that I'm on, as far as helping people have access to resources that they otherwise might not know is out there, which is grants. Who have you helped? I could say I've helped hundreds of subscribers that are a part of my YouTube channel, but I can also talk about my journey from the students that I've helped. I've helped individuals apply for law school. I've helped individuals, study and prep for the bar exam. I've helped individuals apply for college, not just applying for law school. So individuals with undergrad and helping them navigate scholarship applications. Where do I see my passion taking me? I see it maybe, possibly, I'll be at a national conference, which I've been at a national conference and I've been a speaker. However, that was more of a niche because I was a portfolio manager. So it was a community development financial institution, but more so with entrepreneurs in that space, where I will now become that expert as far as finding funding, but then also some of the legal aspects of it that individuals might not be aware of. And then they say, share as much context and detail as you can so we can get a sense for what is driving you. We want to hear your story. This one I did not find a word limitation. But as I've always said, be as concise as possible. I would say have that natural stream of consciousness when you're writing, just so you don't miss anything, and then go back and edit it, right? Because maybe two sentences can turn into one, and it literally says what you've tried to say in two sentences in one sentence. So definitely do that. But I don't think that you should write and try to edit. I always say, do a Word document, answer the questions, edit it down, make it more concise, be intentional with whatever words you're going to use when applying for these applications. And also, they're looking for something that you are ultimately passionate about. So that needs to bleed through your answer. Your passion has to, it can't just be, I've always wanted to help people. No, you really have to, as I just said, I would have taken them on a journey, on a path of from childhood to what I've seen, to what I've experienced, to individuals helping me and me knowing how impactful that can be. I want to then do that as well. Something like that. And then if possible, add a link to a video where you explain your passion in person. So, take 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever, because at the end of the day, I feel like the more you give them of what they're asking, and you notice they said, if possible, because maybe some people don't have access to recording, because this is a global opportunity. It's a global grant opportunity. It is not limited to the US. So there will be some instances where maybe video is just not an option. So they definitely said, if possible. So think about that. If successful, how would you invest the funds? Please include as much information as much information about your intended plan as you can. For myself, it would just be marketing to be able to reach more people in order so they can even know that this channel exists. So they will be able to know that there are these grants out there, like this $1,500 grant, $1,000 grant, 15,000, like all of these different grants that are out there that they might not be aware of, and that they can easily apply for themselves without having to pay someone to apply for the grants that I am currently posting on the channel. If successful, oh, we just went over that one, y'all. How would this grant make a difference to you personally? I think for me, it will make a difference in that this really motivates me, being able to help others and having that impact on other people. And then just knowing that from my upbringing, like it's kind of like that feel goodness inside of you, right? So that's how it would help me personally, because it will then allow me to continue on this journey of wanting to give back, and give back in a way that is more impactful and more effective based off of my skill set, versus, I don't know, if I was, volunteering annually at some type of conference, versus this is really a huge lift of transferring knowledge to individuals and providing a resource that does have a financial, what I want to say, it has a monetary value attached, because most individuals would charge to walk through these grants and go through the grants, etc. And then describe the positive impact you see this grant making for others. Share as much detail as possible. Again, as I've said earlier, individuals who have access, it'll bring value. It could, allow generational curse breakers to break curses sooner. It can have a lot of things that can be impactful to individuals in their lives. And then also, like I said, people can't get access to me in this channel if they don't know it exists. And this money would then be able to assist me with Facebook marketing, or I know YouTube offers marketing. So those types of things, or just even a marketing strategist that will know exactly what to do when trying to market. Now, here's the discrepancy where it says International will give up to 6 hours of one-on-one virtual coaching if you are selected. Now, at the top it said 3. The FAQ is at 3. Here it says 6. That's why I say we're just going to go with 3 to 6. And then just say how these sessions will help you. Again, if I'm able to have access to an industry expert, and this industry expert understands, YouTube algorithms, they understand marketing, they understand all of these things, analytics, that is not my strongest suit, being able to have those conversations with them, being able to have that one-on-one where they could potentially train me to know exactly what I'm looking at when I'm going on the back end of my YouTube channel. And then here's the part where they say, if you are selected, they want to share your story, video, photos, etc. And you can say yes. But then if you say no, here's the parenthetical. Please note that we will review your application if submitted, but you won't be able to progress forward into the shortlist without agreeing to this. So I don't know if they're going to look at it, but they said they would. And then here, how did you hear about it? You would click other, and then you would put my channel, of course, if that's how you heard about it. And then thank you for spending the time sharing your story with us. Is there anything else you'd like to share? So this could be, if there's something up here that you think that did not encompass what you want to communicate to them. And I don't know what extra you would tell them, but I would definitely think of something, even if it's 1 to 2 sentences, since they're allowing you this additional space. But I would not repeat what you've already said to them earlier. I would not use this space if you don't necessarily need it. But like I said, I would think of something, whether it's, I don't know, a future plan that you have that you didn't discuss earlier. If it's something, some type of award that you've received, just something where it wouldn't fit in the questions above, but I don't want you to just use space unnecessarily. And that's application. That's why I said this one is like 5 minutes tops, because you should be speaking from the heart anyways. 1 second. You are welcome, Joseph. That is the plan. I'm really trying to, just go through this and then put your comments, questions, etc. if you have it. But this is it, y'all. Like I said, I'm going to put the other grants. So now we have this grant, which is $1,500. We have a $1,000 grant. We have a $2,000 grant, and we have a $15,000 grant. All 4 are currently open, and this one actually closes the earliest because the other one has no deadlines. The other ones are in December, I believe. So you have plenty of time to apply for these. Like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you don't have it on so you can know when I'm coming with another grant. I am traveling again next week, y'all. This has been like the busiest month, but once I'm sitting and I don't have any more, well, I got one more next month for work. But after that, I want to be able to try to do a minimum of 2 grants per week once my traveling kind of dies down. I don't travel too much in the winter. But that is all that I have. So like I said, everything will be in the description, and I will see you all next time.